It was, I'd say, relatively chill for some of you guys. The events that happened
Where's
during the
the
game.
blacksmith?
Where's the blacksmith? Well, you did find a new friend in the blacksmith, right, Relix?
I did, and I
Uh,
sent them to Kavanaugh. I'm like, yeah, go to Kavanaugh.
And it's like, who
Perfect
the
place, by
fuck
the
are
way.
you?
Don't worry about it.
yeah, and then you were kind of like just spying, right? Sing on this stranger.
No, never.
Oh yeah, you were.
Never. You don't know that.
Oh, I know. Um, however, for you, Chrisreal, you were like on the outskirts, right, of like the lower district, near the near like the wall, right, that separates the
There's
city
very sad,
from.
dramatic music playing over on that end of the world.
Yeah. Surely you were all the way over there, and I believe there was a moment in time that Rosemary was also a little worried about you, right?
Yep. Or is Zoe thinking about her Rail?
Pat,
And
pat, small
Verlix,
one.
I believe you were having your axe sharpened, right?
Sharpened and clean. Because kind of just had the blood left on.
Right.
And that's not great for weapons either.
However,
You're
you,
taking bad
Ferenos,
care of your weapon.
were having an interesting conversation with Kevinas, right? Right before the moment we ended the game.
Yep.
As you were speaking about Cassandra, right?
Yeah, we were.
Yep. Now, let's see. Let me set the scene again. And I don't know. Do you have like the recording thing going?
Yes. And I have
Okay.
fun city ambiance music on my end to make me feel better.
All right. Yeah. We'll see if music also gets fixed eventually. Because bots, greedy, YouTube. Anyway. So yeah, like I was saying, let me just set the scene again for you, Ferenos. You are currently inside Kevin's tower. Inside his extravagant office, right? Uh, you see the beautiful window, this balcony over here, right? The shelves with lots of vials, books, and strange bones and skulls, right? And I believe you were basically just standing here below the elevated platform, where the destroyed desk lays, right? The chair, and I believe Kevin House was standing, um, almost just like right beside the window as he was like speaking with you, Furnace. And you had just asked if he'd know this woman, Sandra, and he nodded, right, and he responded that he had indeed actually heard about her. And that is where we left off. As Furnace, Kevinas continues speaking, and he says, "Yeah, I I believe I knew her. Must have been a few months ago, maybe 6, 5.5. She joined the guild briefly. She took a few odd jobs, but then she left again quickly. Is she a friend of yours?"
Yes, I guess I saved her from the traffickers that attacked the orphanage. I had She went missing afterwards, but I had faith that eventually she would return or I'd be able to find her. And with all that's been going on with the war, I decided I had to pick up the pace and search more fervently. But she's returned, or at least for a time.
Well, she was here for a time. Don't know if she visited that orphanage of yours, but I think she might have left for the north of Atratia. Remember, she was often seen reading and researching about the Nordic Icelands.
Did she say anything about what her plans were?
Not that I remember. She wasn't breaking any rules. We didn't really question her. But like I said, she was often seen researching about the north and snow. I'm not sure, but I would just assume that she might have left to the north.
You wouldn't
Just makes
happen
sense.
to know what exactly she was studying, what book?
I said at this moment he would kind of like just walk back to his chair and he would like sit and think. I think I might. I'll have someone go fetch them for you.
I'll nod towards him like, thank you. This is the first time in a while I've actually had a lead on her whereabouts. You don't know how much this means to me.
She was reserved, though. She had no trouble fitting in the guild, however, but she was quiet. The time, at least she spent here, the tower.
Well, I have no idea what she might have been up to since I last saw her.
Well, you might soon find out. Maybe.
I'll nod. I'll give like a polite bow, and I'm like, well, thank you for your time, and I'll see you. I'll let you get back to your work.
Kind of like just nods. And I will ask though, Sing, you still kind of like there, right?
Yeah.
I would assume you were like hearing this whole conversation.
Yep.
All right, and I think you
Quietly
rolled.
watching.
I think you rolled like a 27 stealth, right, or something like
Roll
that.
28.
Okay,
Yes.
there we go. All right. Not even Kevinas sees you or hears you sing.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I am the knight.
he doesn't notice at all. However, Ferenos, I believe you had some pending paperwork, right?
Yep, I have to get some paperwork done.
All right. So I would assume this would be a good moment for you to just kind of like descend down to the lobby again and, you know, give the poor secretary some more work.
And I'll do just that.
All right. And you do. Now, I believe here, and after this moment, this conversation, and as you walk again towards the armor and you jump inside this this tight little elevator-like room, remember? That moves people up and down through a magical force in the tower. You descend down to the lobby and approach Lucia, the secretary, the elven secretary. And it would be at this moment that we'll have, I'd say, maybe a brief montage, basically, uh, in a time skip of around 6, 7 days. All right.
All
So
right.
first, actually, I would like to hear about you, Chris Rail. You there, Lily?
No, I ran away and joined the circus while you all were talking.
So, I would like to hear about you first, since you were the one character. Let's just say that we're having
A bad
a
time?
crisis. Yeah, a crisis. So I remember you mentioned last session that you'd maybe wait a while before you confronted your family, right? Further about this whole Abishai Dragonborn
I'll tell you
stuff.
one thing to show you how extra dramatic things are. Uh, After I was done screaming in the dirt, getting that out, I definitely would have pulled out my religious text that I carry around. And, like, kneeling there in that area, I would have thumbed through it. And I assume this is roughly the same story I've been told my whole life?
Oh yeah, in like a sacred text.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, yeah.
Photo.
Mm-hmm. So, thumbing through it and realizing now this is a lie, uh, I'm going to toss it in the hole I made and set it on fire with my breath weapon.
Wow. All right.
Oh boy.
Are you sure Chris will be a
Sacrilegious.
cleric? By the way, this is a genuine question. Like this is not
I told
not a
you, I have a spell I have to cast in the morning, and I'll let you know after that.
Okay, yeah, because yeah, I'm being serious
I'm
about.
being serious too.
Yeah, no, but what I mean is that I'm being serious that if you think this moment, like this revelation, this whole situation, would have completely shifted the way you see your deity, your faith, this could potentially like basically like reverse your cleric powers because as you know, their power draws from their faith, right? And yeah, basically their faith, their passion towards their deity. So just keep that in mind. We'll obviously not just randomly take it away, but it'll definitely be something I'll be talking to you about because this could be important, right?
Mm-hmm.
But all right, yes, you do this. All right, you know what? Okay, you do that, Chris Real, for the rest of that day. It seems.
Well, it was getting
Uh,
night, so after that, I slowly began walking back.
okay.
Definitely not in a hurry.
All right, definitely giving you a bit of, you know, chills. I'd say walking in the night in this lower district. Let's remember, it's not a very pretty sight. Let's just say. Um, However, again, with you saying it seems that you spent the rest of the day in the tower, right? Spying on
Yeah, just casual
on Kevin
spying and
Ass
working on
conversation.
stuff.
You know all the gossip in the tower now.
Yep.
Congratulations. You know it all. All right. And Euros, I remember you were in the upper library of the tower, right? You were investigating information, which I believe we will roll in a moment to see what you gathered in a moment. But yeah, you were doing that, right? Rose?
Yeah, I was
Right.
just doing a lot of research. Wasn't really having a good time with it that morning or noon, I guess. Just struggling to try to sit down and focus and read that day. Sitting there, ended up mostly just sitting there, kind of just murmuring to Fred about all of the bullshit that's going down and how this is terrifying and how she's stressed out as all hell and she's just kind of staring out in the into the city, maybe trying to keep an eye out for Chris Ariel.
And Raelix, where is the blacksmith?
Yeah, where is the blacksmith? Can you show me the way?
What would you say you were up to as well that day, Brillix? It could be something else, could be nothing more. But I would say that, you would have gotten your axe back not too long after Ferenos left for the tower, right? Uh, Good as new. Your axe, once again, clean and sharp. So, Brillix, do you think you would have done anything else? Or do you think you probably chilled for the rest of the day?
I mean, for the most part, Relix would most likely have just uh, attempted to see if there was a church to Bahamut anywhere, and start praying. But if he couldn't find it, either because there is not one, or he's too stupid,
The latter.
he would just find a quiet corner, and just start praying to himself.
Okay, here's the thing: you would have found a church to Bahamut, a very beautiful, large cathedral like church there in the upper district. Yeah.
And well, I would have kind of just walked in. I wouldn't pay anyone else any mind. I'd just go dead center, not think of anyone else, and just start giving silent prayers to Bahamut. And just kind of being like, am I good enough? Am I proving myself enough to you? And just, in the end, it kind of becomes just rambling of like, am I strong enough? Have I shown my glory enough to you? And just constant ramblings until maybe 10 minutes in, I'll just stop and just sit there in silence.
Very well. All right. Yeah, you'd go, you'd pray. I'd say you would be mostly undisturbed. Definitely, I would say a few of the priests inside the temple, which a lot of them are dragonborn, right? Not all of them, but a few of them. Most of them are. Let me check. Wait. Yeah, most of them are metallic dragonborn, right? And as you know, you are chromatic, right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say they would necessarily be any disapproving looks. However, maybe some surprised ones, especially in this times, or let's just say this difficult times, right? Of war and conflict, especially that involving the dragons. So you definitely get some surprised expressions, looks from this metallic dragonborn priests inside the temple. But other than that, like I said, completely undisturbed, and you can be inside the temple for as long as you'd like.
I'd honestly probably spend most of the day there, just after the prayers, just kind of sitting there with eyes closed, holding my hands to my head.
All right. Alrighty. Now, like I said, a few days will go by at this moment. So I believe, Crisfield, you had something important you wanted to do, right?
Indeed, good sir. I have a spell I need to be casting. The next day, of course, because right now I'm out of every fucking thing.
Yeah. So everyone, you would have gotten a long rest.
Probably crawled into an inn somewhere, at least in the middle district. If I didn't make it all the way to the top, I have enough gold for it.
Oh, so you're not even going back to sleep at Kevin's tower.
Bro, that's a long fucking walk.
That is. But just reminding everyone in the party, you all have basically a dormitory in Kevin's towers, in which you can stay. Your family, Kurzweil, is staying there.
Yeah, I think that's maybe why I'm staying at an inn also.
In this, I don't think all of them would be together in a room, but they're definitely like maybe in pairs sharing rooms. So maybe like your two sisters,
Obviously.
right? Your parents,
Two
your
brothers,
two
that's really
brothers,
funny.
right? Yeah. Uh, and remember, Kavari is there. Don't abandon her. She might be a little lost, but she's probably in the care of your family right now.
Someone's
Yeah,
watching
and
the
Rosemary.
child.
Yeah, little
Yeah.
Kavari. Because I think everyone's like too overwhelmed right now, and the girl's still there. Just you know,
She's
I'll
being
keep an eye
tended.
on her since it seems like everybody else is off doing things.
And probably
Yeah.
Rosemary eventually would have just calmed down, come back down up from the library, and spent the evening with Singh and Kabari.
okay. But sure, yes, Chrisfield. If you wanted to, you could spend the night in uh a tavern slash inn
Just list me a
in
price
the
and I'll
middle.
subtract it.
Would
I
that
won't
be in
heckle.
the lower or in the middle
The
district?
middle.
All right, wise. I see. Okay. Let's see. Give me a sec. I would say that probably. Give me a sec. He's checking. Yeah, I'd say probably the night would cost you like 8 silver pieces.
Done.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Squared that up in my inventory. Actually,
Yep,
wait,
and
that
it's
was
also up to
Electrum,
you.
not silver. Fuck.
Yeah, it's also up to you if you'd like to eat in that set tavern, or if you just leave in the morning,
Ew. Well, in the morning
or
when I
eat
got my
the
spell
rations.
slots, I've got some questions for God.
Okay, well you're still inside the room in the tavern.
I have some questions for God.
Oh my God! All right, not waiting. All right, Peripheral. So you burn your book, your Bible, basically. You walk up into the middle district. You find an inn. You enter, sleep. Morning comes. You wake up. You are probably right now like sitting on your room's bed. Right? You probably just open the window. You can see the very beautiful sunlight coming in through its mild, like stained glass. And the first thing you do, it seems, is you begin conjuring your divine magic. So, what would you do? This takes
Alright.
1 minute to cast. Damn.
Takes
All
1
right.
minute to cast. I get 3 questions that can be answered with a yes or no, but there is the whole thing of, if a deity, blah, 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 whatever. You can read that bit.
You see.
So, offer a short phrase if it's like,
Yeah, it
contrary or
says in a
misleading.
case where a one-word answer could be misleading to a deity's interest, the GM might offer a short phrase. 2 or more times.
Now we're gonna
If you
make one
cast a
count.
spell 2 or more times before finishing your next long rest, there is a cumulative 25% chance. Okay, you get no answer. Okay, all right. Yep.
So, first one is good. After that,
Go
no.
ahead. You want
So,
everyone to hear? We'll give it
Just
to
let us
everyone.
hear.
Are you are you want secret because you are like yeah. In
I,
game
I
you're
don't I
definitely
don't feel like
alone.
any of this has to be a secret yet.
All right.
I think I've made it clear to everyone in here I'm very upset in character.
Indeed.
So, my first question for God is, did he know about the lies that were written and told?
Ooh. Okay.
I wrote these down.
I know you did. Bahamut being Bahamut, it makes things a little dramatic, right? As you cast magic, you wait a minute, you ask the question, and then you wait for a few seconds, Chrisriel. And you feel no connection, no response. You wait, and then there it is. You feel it, that connection, that same one. You've always felt being a cleric, Bahamut. And you can hear his soft voice inside your head say, yes.
I'm not crying, you're crying. Second question. Did you approve of these lies?
All right, this I'm asking as a DM, but prove you mean that if he was like
Approve.
approved, right? Like if he approved of.
Like, basically, oh God, how would someone
Was he
help me
okay
to,
with it?
like, okay with it?
I get what you mean. Yeah, I think I got it. Yeah, don't worry.
It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. All right. You ask this question, Chrisville, and once again, maybe just like a few seconds, maybe 10, until you hear his soft voice again say yes.
holy shit. Ugh.
One more, right?
Yep. Well, see, this is where I ran into the tricky part, where I could ask a lot of questions, but none of them are yes or no.
Yeah. Remember the other rule, though. In case there was one that a one word could be misleading or incomplete, there might be a short answer. Like you know that is a possibility.
Yeah. What's my third question? What's my third question? Like, my first gut instinct is just to ask why, but that requires a whole lot more context. I feel like asking if Tiamat is actually the bad guy. I've seen her kill a lot of people in prison, so I feel like that's sort of yeah, that's not good.
Up to you.
Okay. Okay. Uh,
What one thing you could ask was, is it for a good reason?
ooh.
It's a go one, Ellie.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Thank you.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
that you're the reason that my wisdom is a 19.
You ask that?
Yeah, it's just do what I wouldn't do.
Sure. Why the fuck not?
Okay. So the question is, can you rephrase it in your own words?
Did you encourage and allow the spread of these lies for a good reason?
Well, so again, this time maybe just 5 seconds, and you hear a third and final yes.
Oh. That's the end of the spell.
Shortly after, magic from the spell fades away.
Switch to somebody else for a second. I need a tissue.
How are you feeling?
I'm upset. Lot of mixed
Questioning your
emotions.
vows of faith.
Hang on, I'm gonna blow my nose.
No.
Anyway, I'm teaching Kobari how to shoot right now. I'm kidding. Give the baby a gun.
Cutscene to Kavari holding your gun.
You
Screaming,
didn't even want to
walking
give
down.
Sprout a gun.
Well, at least so Kobari I can trust with that.
And fair
Oh,
enough. You know, I think
More about Sprout than it does about Kobari and me.
the
trust not
child has
Sprout,
more
but
trigger
yes, a
discipline.
5-year-old. Yeah. It's a 5-year-old, guys.
Yeah, but usually the 5-year-olds listen if you tell them no.
That's right.
But yeah, I think Chris does what she said last time, and she will return to the upper district and go look for that one spell component, the very expensive one.
Which one?
That let's see here. Where's the spell? For Forbiddance.
All right.
A sparkling of holy water where it sits, and a powdered ruby worth at least 1,000 gold.
You're gonna go buy that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll get back to you since you got a little scene, Chris Real. I'll give everyone because again, remember this are days going by. Like 5, 6. So also in this meantime, Sing. You told me you wanted to see if you could, yeah, basically modify, right? Or upgrade your pistols in a way,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So during this day's worth of downtime, I will give you the chance to work on either Rainfall or Clover. Which one you gonna choose? You want to choose Clover or Rainfall? To add
I'm
like a
gonna do
mod, basically.
Clover, because she's the one that I use the most.
Clover. All right. So here's how it's going to work. Thing. All right. I'll need you to roll. It's 4. Let me check. I got the notes here. Yeah, 4. 4 Tinker's Tools checks DC 20.
Oh shit.
All right. 4 Tinker's Tools DC 20, and you will also always have to invest 100 gold in materials and tools during this time.
Alright.
So you can modify, the pistol.
100 each roll, or
100
just
gold.
100 in
No,
general?
Joe, 100 for for all the days worth
Okay.
of downtime that you spent modifying that single pistol. Also, you have to spend this whole days and 100 gold just for one pistol. You cannot modify the 2 pistols
Yeah, I get it.
during like a single run, if you get what I mean.
Yep.
All right. So it's 100 gold. But here's a catch, Sing. You could decide if you want to do it or not, because you will have to invest this money in materials and like the research and the tools and whatnot. No matter if you succeed or fail,
Do it.
right? So if you fail, you won't get a mod, but you'd still lose 100 gold worth of what you invested
Yeah.
in trying to mod the pistol. That makes sense. Right?
Yep.
So would you like to do that? We could roll for now. And yeah, eventually when we do this day's time skip, which should be soon, you'll get your new mod on your pistol.
Sweet. Yes,
So
I will
you want
take
to
a
do it?
gamble and I will do it.
All right, but remember, first of all, do subtract from your money 100 gold. Do you even have 100 gold?
Barely. I have 45 gold left after I've subtracted.
Right. So yeah, 100 gold pieces. Let me know when you subtract that.
Yep, I did.
All right.
It's
Then
gonna be some
sing.
custom fucking parts.
Yes, and it should be interesting. You'll see. So go ahead and roll for Tinker's tools.
Alright.
Use
Nervous.
now. Here's a catch. Use 2 of them with dexterity and 2 of them with intelligence.
Ah, fuck, I'm not good with
All
intelligence.
right. It's two dex, 2 intelligence to see how good your engineering is. You get what I mean, right?
I'm
So
gonna do
so
the
yeah.
intelligence ones first, because I only have a +2 modifier to that. Oh, wait,
Remember,
no, I have a
since
+6? Wait, what? How do I have a +6 to that?
remember
Oh, because
it might be a little hard because remember, after all, pistols are kind of like alien-ish technology here. So you'd have to do like a lot of the engineering and the work. So yeah, go ahead. 2 dex and 2 intelligence.
If they're just checks, you shouldn't have a +6.
Well, it's with the Tinker's tools.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
Then yeah, you get proficiency
she is
bonus. Yeah,
she is proficient in them. So
yeah, that's right.
I've already messed up.
okay, that's one. That's one. Go ahead. Come on, sing 3 more.
Oof.
Dexterity.
Okay.
Damn it. I only passed one.
You only passed one. Let me check. Uh, yes, unfortunately, that will not make the cut. Sing.
I've been here screaming in her room, just in rage.
For the past few days, actually.
Just go with the fucking gun!
Uh, that is unfortunate. Yeah, so like I said, you unfortunately did lose like the 100 gold worth of, right, the reach, the material, the tools. Um, However, I will ask you this, because there's a catch also, Sing. No matter if you fail, you have to choose what mod you're trying to basically create for your pistol, and every single time you spend days and money trying to develop that modification and you fail, the next time you do it, it'll be a little easier because you learned from that experience, if that makes sense. So the DC will lower every single time you try and do that. So for this, few days, Sparrow, what mod would you like to have
Failure
worked on
is the
for the
greatest
pistol?
teacher.
I
don't
could give
even
you
know
some
what mod-
ideas, but I also want to give some creative freedom for you, and we could work things out in rules. I mean, a few examples if you're feeling a little lost is you could work on modifications that could extend like the range of the pistol, right? So for it like to shoot like further, basically. So maybe for Clover that would be giving it like a basically longer like barrel, right?
Uh,
Uh, you could scope even Clover as well. If that makes sense.
that's kind of cool.
And yeah, yeah, and I will let you know how that works mechanically because obviously since this is you investing some of your time and money into the weapons, they will have some mechanical weight to what you give the weapons. Uh, what are you thinking? It's like a few ideas. I give you more if you want, but again, I want you to be a little creative too. So, what would you have liked to do during that time? To Clover, basically.
I think something that could be useful is to make a suppressor, make it quieter.
Oh, all right. All right, and that is possible. That is a possible mod.
Then
So
yeah, you guys are hearing probably gunshots of me trying to test it and then just all of them failing.
yeah, it would probably echo in the whole tower. The sudden just, it's right, bang.
So like spread apart
Oh,
though, it's not like anything. Well, for those who know.
All right. So if you want to spend another like 5-ish days working on it, again, thing the DC will lower to 15 instead of 20.
Okay, but I
Right?
need the money from
Yeah.
Chris Real because all my
Yeah.
money is in her bag. So does she come back?
Yes. Unfortunately, you will have to reinvest 100 gold, in order to try again, basically, to install it
Hmm.
again. But let
Since
me just write DC 15 suppressor mod. Suppressor mod for Clover, right? This one.
I was gonna
So,
say, since
yeah.
Rosemary is there, she can cast sending to go send a message to Crisrael at
Sending
some point.
Chris Real a message just, I need money. Where are you?
All right. Now
Funded my
she's gonna
experiment.
pin it, so we don't forget. There we go. All right. Sorry. You were all saying?
Just letting Sparrow know if since Rosemary is probably back with Singh and Kabari, um, and she's probably worried as hell about Crisrael anyways. I can use sending to, say, hey, where the fuck are you? I will come track you down if I have to.
Jesus Christ.
Also, I will follow.
Like the mom and the aunt who can't leave me alone for 5 minutes.
No, we can't. We love you too much.
It's
I don't
like
know where you
All
are.
right.
it's like
I
we
knew
just
where
put
you
an air
were.
tag in your car. It's fine. What the fuck? Chill.
I'm giving you space, but I need my money now. You've been gone a whole ass day.
You're like, yeah, let's go find Chris Real. Chris Real, I need money.
Surreal.
Where's my allowance? I need it.
Well, I thought this process for Sing took several days.
Oh yeah,
It
yeah,
can. I
yeah.
have
This
to
like
invest 100 gold each day that I try.
Oh, each day she tries, or I thought that was like a whole few days.
no, that's a whole few days. Don't worry. Sing. That's a whole like 100 gold
I was like
is
100 gold a day. What?
no.
What?
No, it's 100 gold for all the days you worked trying to get
Okay.
that mod. Yeah.
Jesus Christ! I was about to be like, I don't know if I should give you this money. Fucking burning it.
No, that would be a lot
It
of money.
doesn't matter. Only death.
Yeah, no. Even like Sing wouldn't be so dumb as to spend that much money on materials to do simple mods.
It's like,
Like,
holy shit.
well, simple quote unquote, right? Because they're not really that simple. But
Be able to kill quieter. Chris Real, give me money.
yeah. um. However, so we know, like in Canada, you haven't done the complete research, but we know the outcome now. Sing. I think we'll do the same with Euros because I think you also wanted to like research about the like Dragon Kine and the plates, right? Oh god,
Yeah, I wanted to do a lot of research,
almost
and
missed.
I also wanted to see about finding a couple of odd jobs around town
All
for the
right.
time that we do have, so I can make some gold to immediately turn around, buy spell scrolls, and try to make as many copies as I can.
Which means you also have to buy Mage's Ink, which also
Yeah.
takes
Exactly.
time to convert spells, as one poor rapier will testify.
Yeah, exactly.
He can tell you all
So
about
Yeah.
the
there's
Like
like
enthusiasm.
yeah, like with the pistols of the
Oh,
gunslinger,
that's funny.
you will have to spend downtime basically. Uh, yeah, it's like
yeah,
basically like transcribing, right? The spells into the scroll with the magical ink. And as you know, it's
yeah,
very meticulous. It has to be exact. Magic is an exact science, so
I do.
it's
I'm very
complicated.
familiar. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's why it's like this is gonna take a while. It's a good thing we have a month.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing that I have some money. Did I get to keep some of my money? Or, because thought I remembered losing all of it.
Let me see. No, because remember, if I remember correctly, you did uh recuperate some of your stuff, right?
Yeah, I did.
No, yeah, keep the money.
Okay, I was just making
Yeah.
sure because I was like, wait a minute.
No, yeah. Keep them on. So, Rose, let's also do those rolls for you. To see if what you find, let's just say, with your research. So how it's gonna work? It's gonna be like a very similar mechanic to what we did with Sync here, but I will have you, well, spend quite. I'd say maybe at least like 5 hours, in the library per day. It's like
That's
five
no
four.
problem at all for Rosemary.
Yeah, and during this time, to see what information you gather, you'll have to roll once again 4 DC 20 intelligence check. This you're using no skill, no tools. This is just your intelligence, all right? Like before. So base intelligence, no mods. All right?
Me like, but okay, 4 of them.
4 of them. Yep.
I passed one.
1. All right. Let's see. So with you, it is different. Even with 1, you will gather a few information because it's still a lot of hours spent, right? Inside a library reading. So Rose. Let's see what you find. All right. So here is what you get. So Rose, during this time that you spend in, and let's just say this is like the upper library, right? That you're doing the research during these days, at least for this patch, let's say. Uh, you read on the books you found the first day you got in the tower, right? And reading first through the books of the plains until you find 3 different books on the plains, you do not find information on Nursgrith. Remember, which was that mentioned world plane from which the Abishai and the Dragonborn are set to come, right? Like their origin, basically, their place of origin.
Yeah.
It's interesting, Rose. For like I said, you find 0 information, at least in this library, about Nushgrith. So you don't flip. I'd say you actually like read through the chapters of every single plane. You even find information regarding Sigil, right? Which is also a rare find, let's say, right? It being difficult to reach, and the whole like center of the multiverse, all that.
I do
You even
remember.
Yeah. So you even find some information about Sigil and the whole governor of this place would be, the Lady of Pain. Remember?
I remember.
Yeah. So you'd even find information regarding this location in the universe, but not Nursgrith. Right? You'd read about the plane of air, which would be Sing's hometown. So you that would be a little, nostalgic, let's say, to say the least, right? You'd find
Yeah.
some information regarding the Jinn and the Citadel, right, and its exports and its advanced technologies.
Yeah, I
Uh,
probably go when I get done reading for the day. I probably go back to Sing, and I'm just while she's sitting there working on her gun, I'm just rambling my head off about all of the random shit I read. Like, Sing, this was so cool. I found a book. Blah 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 blah. Blah.
Huh?
that
Like,
that
huh?
that was your genuine reaction, seeing like just, huh, like what?
She's sitting there with her gun, like, uh huh, uh huh,
Really?
motherfucker.
Fuck! Fucking stupid bitch! Not you, Miss.
I just love to imagine, Sing, that you'd probably make your whole dormitory like your workshop. So
Literally,
they'd
it
be
is.
like,
There's
but imagine just like
there's no
metal
difference.
scraps, right? Like scraps and like gears all like scattered on the floor and on your desk. It'd be
Really,
beautiful.
Yeah,
it is
Rosemary
clear
just
who
kind of like
Rufus is.
steps over every piece she can and finds the smallest clean spot for herself.
Honestly, you could just sit on the bed. Just sit on the bed. Everywhere else has stuff.
Yeah, and you can read there with her. So you could. This would be fun because you guys could probably work together.
Yeah.
Rose Sing. So Sing, you could be like reading on the bed while Sing's like cursing, and you hear them, which
We
might be
learn
a
a
little
new fun
distracting
curse word on
sometimes.
our end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably distracting, but I'm still enjoying spending time with her.
For Kobari too, maybe also. She'd
Yeah.
probably be interested in both your research.
Yeah, I'm probably reading to Kobari a good bit too.
All
I'm
right.
gonna try to make this kid a nerd.
Oh no, you'll make her a nerd. You will. um, but yeah, like I was saying, like regarding the information you were looking, because I think that would be what you would be most focused on rather than the other information. So yeah, no real information about Nursegreth. However, what's really interesting, Rose, is that you do find information like regarding the like the abyss, like the nine hells and whatnot. And in in that books, you do find information regarding the Abishai and Tiamat, like it is widely and commonly known in the world of Atraria, right? So, so this would be interesting, but maybe also a little bit confusing, Rose, as it'll maybe get to the point where you don't know which one's the real truth, right? You're kind of like battling between what is known in the world of Atraria versus what is being said by the people, but by basically the Dragonborn and the Abishai, right? So it's
Yeah.
come to this point, Rose, where you're even like questioning reality to like in the sense of what is the truth, right? Is
Yeah,
it us who
Rosemary
have
is
been
definitely.
deceived, or is it them who has been deceived, right?
Don't worry, I just asked God.
Yeah,
Not
I'll
that you
probably
know.
get the answers from you when
No.
you decide to show the fuck up.
I'll tell you what, I bet I know why you're not finding information. I bet you're not in the right library.
Most probably, but I'm definitely going to be. I'd like to say I'd go to different libraries every day.
You're not thinking with your dipstick, Jimmy.
No.
Don't worry, Chris Real
All
will go
right.
to the right library.
Yeah, Chris Rail would be able to help me out here.
So yes, so you read on these books of the plains, like I said. So you find the information regarding the Abishai and Tiamat in the section of the Nine Hells, right? And you read that usually it is believed that Tiamat is found in the first layer of Avernus. Avernus, I think it's pronounced. I don't know. Avernus.
Everness.
Avernus. There we go.
There you go, buddy.
And it is also said that there she dwells with her army of Abishai, waiting to conquer the world or the
Get a hobby.
worlds. Yeah. So, so, like I said, pretty standard information. Nothing that would really stick out to you, Rose, or nothing that you'd maybe not already know, right? Being a scholar yourself. Um, and let's see. And to the other books that are dedicated to like dragon kind and whatnot, you also don't really find a lot of information about Abishai. All of the books about dragonkind you can find do speak a lot about actual dragons, so the metallic and the chromatic dragons, where they live, basically research on these dragons and a few of their cousins. So you do find some information on like wyverns and other dragon-like creatures like that. However, not the Abishai. Yeah.
At this point, I would say Rosemary kind of makes a mental note that after discussing it with Chris Real and everybody else, I would kind of like to contact. I just remembered his name. What was his name? The dragon that I made friends with.
What's his name? Quiz time.
Dragon.
Pop quiz. Don't tell him.
Listen.
Yeah, pop quiz.
Pop quiz. What's his name? I wrote it down.
I wrote it down too. I don't know where my notes went.
Huh.
They got lost in the move.
Huh. What's his name?
I swear I wrote it down.
Who the fuck is? Oh, now I remember those people. I'm looking through all these notes.
Yes, I do keep notes usually, but when I moved, I had to move a lot of stuff.
My favorite line here: "Rose straight Thanos a goblin." Wrote that down. Let's see here.
But which one, Rose? What do you mean?
The dragon I made friend with in Bardovia.
But I know his name. I know his name. I'm gonna find it. Don't say it. I'm gonna find it in my notes.
Wait, if it's anything like Barovia, if it's the same dragon, I know the name.
No. It's not
It
Bardo.
would be funny.
Trust me, they're different.
Oh,
Yeah, they're very different.
Trust me, they sound similar, but they're different. they're different. They're connected though, like I always said, but they're different.
Fun fact. Turns out I didn't write his name down.
Wow.
I wrote down all this lore I
Wow.
found about like Dragonborn and stuff, but like
You mean the dragon?
yes,
In Bardovia?
yes, the
Yes.
silver
Neodos.
dragon.
Neodos.
Neodos, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wow.
there it is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I swear I wrote it
And I
down.
almost killed.
Yeah, I thought you meant like a dragonborn. I was like, I don't remember you met a dragonborn in
No.
Bardovia.
But you may
Right, yeah.
recall
Straight up
that I
actual dragon I made friends with.
you may not be
you're
able to
just a
contact
castle.
Neodos.
Good try.
Probably not, but I wanted to talk with everybody else about it first before I approached him.
Well, no, the problem isn't that you contact him; it's that certain people in this group may deal with a certain hag, and that may have had consequences.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Raelix actually made a deal with a random hag one day. You guys don't know it.
And stuff happens.
For the backstory, don't worry about it.
Backstory, don't worry about it.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, we did what we had to do because she went missing in the middle of the fucking multiverse.
I didn't go missing. I knew exactly where I was.
We didn't.
That was such a fun quest. I'll never forget that one. The whole plane shifting.
How did you
thing.
end up in Sigil? Well, funny story.
That's definitely a story to tell at a tavern, Chrisfield. Like, definitely.
So see, if you see an orange glowing rock, don't crush it.
Don't touch it, don't look at it, just don't do anything with it.
But
Yes, they're very dangerous.
yeah, and then Atto and the Pims. Oh boys, it was a whole storyline.
But let's move on and not waste time. We've left the brothers waiting for a moment.
Yes, we
Yeah.
have.
And I'll actually get to you guys. So give me a sec. All right. All right. Let's see. So Vrelix,
Hello.
you two. Let me check my notes. Give me a sec. So you said. So remember, this is just like 5 days that are going by in time. And you said that among the things you wanted to do was pray to Bahamut to train, right? And to possibly try and contact Draconia for help, right, with your family.
Yes.
You also mentioned you would like to ritually fight Narciar.
This is very much a thing.
And Ferenos, right? So
Furnace is
That's
gonna get
if,
his ass
I
beat.
see Ferenos ever again. For all I know, Ferenos doesn't exist in my mind.
Yeah, I saw this random guy on fire. I sent him to this guy that I met like an hour ago, and like, I haven't seen him since.
Yeah, how?
So let's see. To be quite direct and honest with you, Felix, I'm still writing on like the notes and lore with the whole Draconia thing. So let's see. I would let you train if you want to, and you could also we could like develop the whole if you want to ritually fight either Narciar or Ferenos during one of these days. So what do you think you'd like to do, Raelix?
I mean, first and foremost, I'd be training and most likely ritually fighting Narciar now that we're rested up. I'd be like, all right, now that we're fully good, I'm here to kick your ass.
Widow Watch.
Oh. Okay. So you want to fight against Narciar first?
Yeah, because
Raelix.
I don't know Ferenos that well, so right now it's just Narciar.
Okay. So let's say that for the first 3 days, Felix, you were probably still praying a lot, right, to the god Bahamut,
Mhm.
right? Um, However, during your time, you were also training like a madman, and I don't know, but your character gives me vibes that he'd probably like train, until dawn, basically.
Honestly, uh, the
What about you
biggest thing
think?
that he would work on is he thinks that he's probably strong enough, but he's not like durable enough, so he'd be basically doing constitution training. That's his like biggest thing he would be doing at the moment. And the idea that like he would like either like throw himself into like cold water and try and hold himself there as long as he can, hold his breath, stuff along those lines. Maybe endurance runs, but you just kind of see, him just running around the entire like upper district training.
Just like a shirtless giant dragonborn, like training in the park,
You'd even sometimes see him wearing like his armor just to like add a little bit more weight to him so that he has like
Does anyone
more to
else hear the
struggle.
Rocky music?
like
Literally.
I'm imagining this montage like it's so cinematic. Really, just running through the district, doing some push-ups in armor, right? Swinging your sword, your axe. All right. So yeah, like you said, training for endurance, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I hear the Rocky music. It's going pretty great.
Let me check something
Na
on your
na na
character.
na na na.
You know what? Just to make this one fun, I think I'm gonna give you, Vrelix, a challenge too. So to give you a chance to gain something. What do you think? Since, like the others, right, you are investing time into yourself, into training. So go ahead and also make four just just Constitution. I'd say saving throws for this one. All right.
All right.
The
Oh god.
let's see. I'll give the DC for this one. I'd say 20 for your levels. Yeah, and the days you're spending doing them. So go ahead and try. All right. All right. You succeeded two of them, right?
Oh wait, I shouldn't have been doing it with advantage. I had advantage toggle.
So
So I
10,
didn't succeed
13,
at
14, 12.
Okay. So, you're still trained. You're still gaining progress. Slowly though. All right, Vrelix. You
Mhm.
gain no penalty, but also no benefit right now, as you keep training these days. All right, it's still very soon, but yeah. And let's see. So you want to duel Narciar, right?
Yeah.
Where would you like to do that? Would you like to do that on tower grounds, like outside the tower, or
I
would
mean,
you go
Felix
like
wouldn't know
outside
any.
the
He'd probably
city?
The next time he sees him, like, all right, right here, right now.
Oh my god.
As I like put on like my ritual like horn headdress and put on like the face paint.
Man is just ready to fucking go.
The moment you say that, you know what? Let's make it random. Roll a d4, and we'll determine the location.
I'd like to imagine he just does
Of
this
the
over
battle.
breakfast.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Go
Narciar
ahead,
just
roll,
has like a
Please,
bagel in his
please do-
mouth, like
please do
right.
it there.
roll a d4 because I have 4 mental places where this could go.
Narciar
got
just
a
a
four.
bagel in his mouth, like right here, right now.
What do you roll?
He rolled a 4.
You're
The bathroom.
Just slamming up the door,
boy.
right here, right now, dude. I'm taking a shit. Get the fuck out.
You know what? No, since this is like the 4, we'll make it much more dramatic and public. So listen to this one, Broilix.
Oh boy.
I'd say this is probably like the 3rd day. You probably have spent some time training. You feel confident in your physical abilities, and you currently find yourself, Broilix, in the lobby of the tower. This, for some reason, is a crowded day, as there are many like job boards. There are many like jobs, I'd say, posted on the 2 job boards of the guild, this adventurers guild. And you see Narciar. I'd say he is sitting at a table with his father, Shalin. You know him, remember the monk?
Hello, Shalin. How you doing?
Yeah. So he seems to be speaking with his son about something serious. You can see Shalin's very stern, like expression as he speaks to his son. And like you said, you basically just walk to his table. And what did you say? Go ahead, just do that again, Braylix. It was beautiful. Like right here, right now.
Right here, right now. We're doing this ritual combat, whether you like it or not. And I have my face paint and my like ritual horn headdress on as I just stare him down.
The room.
Say, you know what? I want every single one of the party members to roll a d20 to see if they'd actually be in the lobby in that moment too. How about that? So you sing Chris Real, Ferenos, roll a d20. If you roll above a 10, so like 10, 11, 12, 13 plus, you are in the lobby at that time. All right?
I don't think
Oh,
Chris
God.
Rail would be based on the current circumstances of what she's doing. She's kind of been avoiding
Alright.
people. So I
Oh.
I will abstain from rolling.
Perfect. Or you could just like fail willingly. So yes, if you want to fail willingly, you are not there, Chris.
Oh fuck yeah, Ferenos gets to see me fucking tear into this man. Let's go.
Apparently everyone else is going to be there though, so that's going to be
Yeah.
ugly.
You're gonna hear about it. You're gonna hear about it.
Everyone except you, Chris,
That's
is
fine.
in the lobby in that moment.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so a 10 counts.
Yeah, 10
Yeah,
is just the
10.
Okay.
you're just walking in the door. Hey guys, why is everyone quiet?
Yeah, I'd
Well,
say
yeah.
Euros were probably like scouting the upper district for some interesting libraries, right? And you're just like walking in the lobby and you immediately enter and hear uh just basically hear Valeg's moment he says, "Here now, ritual fighting." You see him prepared with his horn and his battle armor. And I'd say at that moment, a lot of the adventurers in the lobby kind of like just look over, see this massive, giant, intimidating black dragonborn, black skilled dragonborn. But the player characters are the ones that are important. So how are you guys reacting? So you, Fernos, Sing, Rose, what do you do? What are you thinking? You're probably with Kavari too, Sing.
Yeah. Well, if she's here, Sing's gonna just kind of pick Kavari up and like take a couple steps back and just like sit down Just like watch.
Yeah, Rosemary is just like sees them over there and it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna go over there just in case.
I probably, stop filling out all my paperwork for a little bit and just lean against the wall and watch.
Everybody's watching. Nobody's gonna intervene.
All right. So, here's how he responds, Braylix. First, Shalin speaks. Crisrael's father. He kind of like just looks over at you, Braylix, and says, "Come on, son. I don't think it's a very good." And Narsier then immediately like slams his hands on the table and says, "No, father. You know our culture. This is sacred. You have challenged me. And I accept your challenge."
My
And he
fucking
begins.
meathead brother. Of fucking course he would.
And so he like begins standing up, and remember, he's big. You know, like he is a big dragonborn too. Like I'd say that maybe to your standards, Braylix, you would argue that like chromatics are, let's just say, thicker in a ways that than metallics, but no, Narciar is big.
Boy.
And so he stands up. However, he doesn't seem to be wearing his armor. He always carries though his greatsword in his back. As he stands, looks at you dead in the eyes, Braylix, and says, "No armor, princess." What do you
I
do?
kind of look at him. I just start taking off my armor, and as soon as I get it off, I'm like, is that better for you?
Jesus H. Christ on a cracker.
Narciar nods and
Right.
says, "Let's just clear some space."
You know what? I'm gonna have to like put epic music behind this now while
Yeah.
you're talking. Hold on. I'm going on YouTube.
We're gonna actually do actual battle, Braylix, so get ready to roll initiative. Not now, but give me a moment. As he says this, he see again. You would know. You are Dragonborn. Dragonborn are very passionate about their traditions, right? About their culture. Let's just say. So no asking. Narser just begins like clearing this space for both of you, basically. As again, no questions asked. He just lifts tables and people, creating like this circle, right? If you get what I mean.
How do you feel about
Like
this one, Rap? To kill a god. That's what this one's called. How do you think that one's good?
let's put the picture of the lobby. I think you can see in roll 20 again, right? Yeah,
Yeah, you
there you
can.
are. So he begins like clearing some of like the tables here, and the people, creating this like circle here, right? Like this space, this clear space. Would you help him, or would you like let him do that because he's doing that all by himself, just like lifting people and tables?
I'd be doing the exact same thing. This is something between me and Narcia.
Jesus.
No one's getting in my way.
In the other hand, the secretary, Lucia, she seems terrified. She's like, "Well, no, no, what is going on? Is there? I don't see any scheduled events. Like she's just like shaking. And as like, if you are helping him, as you're like moving the chairs and tables, the poor elf, she says, "Oh, be careful. Those are exported there from the east. Very expensive." Like she's just basically trying to keep everything in check, but we all know it's gonna end ugly, right?
Yeah, at this
Uh,
point, Rosemary is also probably trying to figure out if there's like some kind of something she can put up to keep us safe while also letting us sit there and kind of get our popcorn and watch. Might literally pull out a ration or something
I'll
and
help
just
you look through your spells
off.
real quick. Hold on.
like just chewing, right? Like just chewing on the dried meat. watching this
Yeah.
happen.
You have no
Let
spells
me-
He is
conductive to
enjoying
protecting an
that
area.
view.
Yeah, I didn't figure
Oh,
I
boy.
did, but if nothing else, I'll just put some like tables or something maybe in front of us.
Minor correction. You can prepare tiny hut and cast tiny hut.
Oh my- Yeah, remember
Well,
these
that
were
wouldn't
new
let us
days.
watch.
Oh yeah, it
So
would.
I'm a little flexible with what spells you have that
A
day.
10-foot radius immovable dome of force springs into existence around and above you and remains stationary for the duration. The spell ends if you leave the area. All other creatures and objects
Alright.
are barred from passing through. Spells and other magical effects can't stand through them or be cast through it. So yes, it is literally a safe space.
Okay, perfect. I'll probably just do that.
Do that
Alright.
for Kobari.
Can you see the
Yeah.
tokens, everyone?
Oh god,
Yes.
this is gonna be a thing.
Oh, this
Alright.
is gonna be fucking
Look at those two
hilarious.
This is
tokens.
gonna be great.
Let me just check his stats. Narcier to check that he is,
It's literally
like fully healed and
kidding.
everything. He seems good. Alright, so once all the tables and chairs cleared and the people,
And the people.
uh
Don't forget the people.
Narciar, he stands right in front of you, Vrelix. And you know the rules of the ritual fighting. Alright? First of all, it's no killing the opponent unless he openly and explicitly like yields to you. All right? Only then can you kill your opponent. All right, Brelix, you know that.
Mm-hmm.
You would also know that before the battle there has to be a brief moment of silence between the two combatants. All right? So you'd stand in front of each other and basically just stand there in silence. No weapons drawn at this moment. Then you would have to walk your separate ways to like the opposite, basically like to the extremes of like the extremes. How to describe this? It's just like the outskirt of the ring itself. If that makes sense. Here there is no like ring or like hall for fighting. It's literally just the people, right? That border, that create like the border of this fighting ground. So you would probably all both will have to like just walk towards this border where the people and the tables and the chairs are, and you will both have to chant before you fight. You know it by memory, Vrelix. So go ahead and roll a performance check for me. Let's see how well you do it.
Ah, come on! Ah!
It's
Nico?
not bad. It's like above
I
over
can't tell if he
average.
wanted to fail or not.
No, I wanted to succeed. This is all Vrelix is. He is literally the most like performative person. He wants to be as, you know,
Extra.
extra.
Yeah, and it is a chant that does have a lyrics all in Draconic. All right, so those of you who do not speak Draconic would not understand what they say.
I have
It
no
would
idea
probably
what's going on.
it would probably sound like one of those like Japanese like chants where it's all.
I feel like it's a little close maybe to Maori too, if this is ritual
Right?
combat.
Yeah. So it's that kind of like chant, right, where it's like very deep. Uh, and let's see. Yeah, also roll for Narcier. Give me a sec. And you know what? For now, I will make his rolls public as well.
He's
To make
gonna
things
roll
interesting.
better than me.
So it's
Well, he doesn't really have a
performance.
performance, he just has charisma,
He
but you know.
is not proficient in performance, but let's see how he does. Well, just
One
about
worse.
like you. Yeah, almost the same. So you both chat. Then you stop. And by the way, as you're chanting, you are not facing the opponent. So you would be looking on opposite sides basically. So giving your back uh you would be giving your back to Narcer and he would be giving his back to you. If that makes sense. Apart
Mm-hmm.
again as well. Then after you both finish the chanting, which is part of the ritual, you would both very slowly turn to face each other again and would draw your weapons. Now, here's another rule that you remember, Felix. You can only use only your weapon, to defeat your opponent. It is very strictly prohibited to use like your mouth, your claws, or your breath weapon. Just your weapon, like your actual just like weapon. I mean steel and iron, if you get what I mean. All right.
Mhm.
No dirty fighting. All right. And it begins. Roll initiative. Give me a sec. I'll pull out the track.
No
Yeah,
dirty fighting, he says, was the fucking barbarian paladin monster over there.
as far as dirty fighting will go. All right. Everything
Forget.
got in the tracker, right?
Did not go in the tracker. This is trying.
Yeah. You select the thingy.
I'll take the 18.
No, you put your 14 in there. He got a 3 anyway. It's
Oh,
literally you're fine.
Now the good. Now
Yeah.
I should actually ask this: magic is allowed? Question mark.
Magic.
I'd assume not, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
that feels like a no.
Magic is only allowed if both opponents are magic users. In this case, you'd know Narciar is not a magic user.
That man does not have an ounce of magic in his body.
So probably no magic. And this, again, this you're probably very serious about this, Felix, because
Yeah.
breaking the rules would probably be breaking your honor as a dragonborn.
Worse
It
than
would
death.
yeah. So like breaking any rules during a ritual combat for dragonborn is basically like losing all your honor as a dragonborn.
You may win, but it will not be without cost.
Exactly. It would make you be frowned upon by the rest of dragonborn society, basically.
Yeah, and I'm not here for that.
But Braylix, you are the first to act, as he is maybe around like 15 feet away from you. What do you do?
He's 50 feet away from me.
15.
15.
15. Oh yeah. I'm gonna just. Uh, we're gonna cough cough. I'm gonna get pissed off.
So rage?
Yeah, we're
All
raid.
right.
I charge up after him,
Okay.
and I'm going to smack a bitch with my great axe.
Go ahead and roll
And
your attack.
I'm gonna also be recklessly attacking, so
Oh,
I roll
jeez.
him with advantage.
Reckless attack. You can throw aside. Okay. Ooh. Let's see, 17.
Yeah, Narciar's
Right?
unarmored. I think you're gonna just beat the shit.
Yeah, Narciar is unarmored. That would make him. His armor class is basically 12 with no armor. So yeah, both of them hit. Just don't forget you are unarmored as well, Vrelix, right now.
It's okay. I'm pissed.
He's a barbarian. He was built for this.
Ingy.
Roll the damage, my boy. Holy shit. Oh my god. Dude.
Wait, and that's also with my. I need to add the +2 to my
Oh boy.
each of my damage rolls because I'm raging.
Bruh.
But I'm not gonna use the Warrior of the Gods because I feel like, or can't, or not this one. Wrong one. Divine Fury. Do you think this is magic, or do you think this is just me as a really overzealous, you know,
It feels
barbarian?
magic-y because it says you channel divine, like divine fury.
Then I will forego it.
Yeah, yeah, because it also says it could be necrotic or radiant, so that sounds magic-ish. Yeah. So what is the total damage?
Quick math.
I think it's
35. 35 points
30.
of damage. Thumbs up.
Oh boy. All right. 35. So yes, you charge towards Narthier, and he tries to parry your attack, but your swing is just too fast, and you slash through his torso. Right? And there's already blood spilling into the very beautiful, polished marble floors of the lobby. Do you do anything else for your turn?
No, that's my.
All right. Then Narciar would also attack you, and he has 3 attacks with his greatsword. So let's roll the first one.
They're most likely all gonna hit their advantage, by the way. So
Yeah, so 26. 10. Would that miss or hit? Remember, no armor.
that is a nat 1. So I mean, it's an automatic. I mean, he should be rolling these with advantage because I reckless attack. So
All right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So let's say
if
that
anything
first
fails,
one. Yeah, let's say that first one is the first roll. Right. Let me roll with advantage now. It's all the attacks with advantage.
yeah, because I reckless attacked.
Okay. So this is the second attack. Okay, I think that hits. And then third. Okay, they all hit. Right.
Yeah, I have 11 armor class.
Okay, he does have more than half his hit points remaining, so you will take both.
All right, but I do take
Both
half
values.
the damage because I'm a barbarian. Pissed off.
Right. Let me give you the totals, and then we can half it. All right. It's that, then plus that. Okay, in total, without halving, it's 46 points of damage.
Ow.
All right. But I think yeah, half, right?
And so I made it 23. Let's go.
Yep. Yep. Let me see. Yeah, it doesn't seem like his weapon is a +1. Okay. And let me see if he can do anything. Nah. Okay. So he responds his attacks to you. He begins cutting through your scales, through your skin, Vrelix. You can feel the pain. However, you're not giving up, right?
Nope, there is no giving up. I will not yield.
It's your turn. Go ahead.
All right, reckless attack again. We go in.
Go ahead. Oh boy. All right. Right.
Sad.
And that would be 18, right?
+4 because of barbarian extra damage.
+4. So 22?
Uh,
I think so, right?
yes.
Oh boy, okay. Okay, you swing again. This time cutting like through his arms. Maybe a little cut in his face. But do you do anything else, Bralix?
Nope.
All right. You know what's coming.
Do I? I don't know. Miss. That's what I asked for. Except he has advantage, so there's a high likelihood that he doesn't.
Yeah, so it's advantage, right? Again, all of his
Yeah.
attacks.
All of his attacks are advantage.
Okay, that's 1. That is 2. That is 3, and I think they all hit again, right?
Yes, they all.
And then he will second wind as bonus action.
Oh, you bitch.
All right. So he will regain hit points. Okay, gotcha. So second wind, and let me give you that damage. Sec.
Oh god, I'm gonna go down very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. I think this one was tough. In total, from his attacks, it's 59 points of damage.
That's lovely. Half down to 29. Oh god.
Yep. He hits hard.
Yeah, this motherfucker hitting hard.
Yep.
But guess what? I don't fucking give. We're doing the exact same thing all over.
Go ahead. So he just and he like stabs you in the chest. His greatsword does actually pierce again through your scales, your skin a bit. But go ahead. You're coming with a comeback. So go ahead. Roll those attacks. Holy shit!
I get to reroll that too because I have great weapon fighting.
Did you just crit?
I did. We're just gonna have that. So now it's 14 plus 6, so that's 20. Plus the 2, so that's 22 on. But we roll the other one.
Oh boy.
That hits. Okay, so I deal 33 points a day.
33?
Yeah.
Okay, he has no damage reduction, so he takes it all. 33. Alright. Damn. Alright.
Fuck you, Narcier. You're gonna take me out, but fuck you.
He comes back. Like you, he does not give up. So 1. Is it advantage again? Did you reckless?
Yes,
Right?
I did wreck that.
Actually, before we do his turn, that critical, how do you swing? Is it your sword or is it the axe?
It's the axe, and it is honestly. It's gonna be like everyone watching. It's almost as if you like see for a split second, like the blood that's seeping off me. I just kind of like take a quick deep breath, and it's almost like a lightning strike as quick that I like slice the axe down towards him. It is like it's so animalistic is the best way to say it.
All right. Beautiful. Again, Narcier a little bloodied there. Guy just looks up. And, swings again. That's a 19, I think, hits, right?
That hit.
19. Then a 15. I
Hit.
think that also right, no armor. 15 and 21. So they all hit, right?
And does he still have more than half of his total hit points?
Let me check. He has no. He now has less. Yes.
God.
He has now less. So we're not adding the other second value. Let me give you.
So, you know, just
the
15,
total.
12, 12.
Yeah, 12, 15, 12, 12. I will be
That
a
is-
total of 39 points of damage.
Which gets halved to 90. I am hanging in there.
You still up?
I'm still up, 15 HP.
Oh boy. All right. I'd say that maybe Narcier notices that you're kind of like just bloodied, or like taking heavy on his hits. But yeah, you still up. So what are you doing?
It's the same old thing. We're recklessly attacking as much as. This is how Raelix fights. He puts himself always on the line.
All right. Okay. That's 1.
Does 13 hit?
Just barely.
13 hits because his armor class is like 11, I think, or 12. Armorless, of course. Yeah, 12.
All right, 30 points of damage.
30?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's still up. He has a lot of hit points, like as you can see.
Yeah, this is a buff boy.
Yeah, he, like I said, he is big.
He has to roll like shit for me to survive, but you know, we're going with it.
Yeah, now it's his turn, right? He's also quite bloodied. But
It is
he
his
will
turn.
still
Oh,
go.
God.
So 1. Oh god, 2. And 3.
Good night.
I think that's gonna do it, right?
10, 16, 12, 38. Halved.
Yep. I am now dead.
Alright. How
That is
for the sake of the ritual fight and the narrative, you are not reduced to 0 but 1 hit point. Okay?
And you just kind of see this like split moment, like my rage just kind of fades away as I like kneel down from all the blood that is seeping out of my body. And I just look up towards Narciar. And everyone who's looking closely can just see an actual smile come off of Raelix's face.
Which is
as he
horrifying,
just,
might I add.
as he just holds his hand up and he's like, "That was a wonderful fight."
Before, and just like any other good Dragonborn, before he holds and shakes your hand, Raelix, also bloodied. Like you did give him a hard time, right? He's bloodied as well. He would look at you in the eyes and say, like, still holding his greatsword, "Say you yield, or do you wish for death?"
I just look at him, still holding my hand out. "I yield."
The moment you say that, he immediately basically just like puts his giant sword in the sheath in his back. Just like, and he then also smiles and just like grabs your hand and shakes it and says, "Agree. Good fight, brother."
"Yes, it was a good fight, brother."
And
You
then
already have like 20 siblings, Chris Royale. What's another one?
You get used to it. That's just Dragonborn custom. Big families.
How are you guys reacting there in Rose, Sing, Ferenos?
So I'm gonna
Probably.
kind of lean over to Rose, and be like, "What are they doing? I thought they were gonna kill each other."
I'll actually walk up to Raelix and I'll whistle. I'm like, good fight, big guy. Looks like I chose the right person to trust. I see that with you by my side, we might be able to deal with what may come.
I'll just kind of look at you like, "Ah, you're still here." I'll just kind of reach my hand out towards you. I'm like, "So did you join?"
I nod in a manner of speaking. I still have some paperwork to file.
"Ah, yeah." Kind of like pat you on the, like, back with my bloody hand.
Now, also at this moment, like any other proud father, yes, the one that was just trying to stop the fight a few minutes ago because they were speaking of something important, Shalling walks over to his son, and you know that there, the Dragonborn sometimes not show a lot of emotion publicly. However, you can see that Shalin is very clearly proud of his son, right? Like it definitely shows as he grabs his hand and basically just like throws it up in the air and says, "Winner of the Yatesh clan." You know? so yeah, sadly, Vrelix, today was not a victory for the Hatfiyu clan. Who
But it was a
knows?
victory for Raelix, and that's all that matters.
Exactly. Maybe not a victory for the clan, but one for yourself. All right.
Damn. Well, I
This
know
was
it's time
fun.
that, Andreas, that you said you kind of wanted to go about now.
Yeah. Actually, let me check something, and I'll be right back because I could maybe go for a little longer, maybe not. Let me just check with the whole family because, you know, busy times. But give me a sec, all right? Be right back.
Okay.
for Furnos, I also have something very interesting cooked up for you, my lad.
Uh-oh.
So hope you're ready, my dear new player.
I am
Uh,
ready.
yeah, you're getting the new player treatment.
Oh
So
no.
enjoy it. But first, we have to end this whole scene because this definitely was a scene. Um, so after the fight, yes, like I said, Shaolin kind of like very proudly announces the victory of his son and clan, right? And there's like a moment of silence there, inside the lobby as everyone's kind of like just staring, but then everyone kind of like just shrugs and they cheer, right? So now there's like this very cheery um atmosphere, let's just say, like ambience in the lobby here of Kevin's Tower, the Adventurers Guild. Um, and yeah, unless any of the characters present in this scene wants to do something specific, we'll pass the scene to another. So, what do you say? Does anyone else have something important they want to say, do, or anything before we change the scene?
Uh,
Uh,
Not really important to the scene, but I just want to know how much health did he have
Narsier
left? Yeah, how much health did he have left?
left.
Yeah,
He had 43 hit points left.
Holy fuck.
I
okay.
was
Oh,
I was close.
Yeah, yeah. It
we're
like
close.
in total, in total, Narciar has 143 hit points.
Holy shit. What level is this
Yeah,
guy?
man.
Yeah, he's like level 10. Yeah, he's like level. No, maybe yeah, like level 10.
How?
He's
Oh,
bad at.
he's seen, as Chris real. He's seen his fair amount of battle. Yeah, he's been up to stuff. Let's just say. Yeah. Um, but yeah, like I was saying, anyone want to do anything else before we move the scene? Actually, like 2 days later, or you all good?
Gonna say Rosemary probably cheered on both of them
All right.
and was like kind of just talking shit on both of them too. Very much like a football match kind of vibe from her.
All right. Thing you probably even brought your gun down here to the lobby. You're still trying to tinker with it.
I was probably working on it here.
Yeah. You're not giving up. Your character still doesn't know she's gonna fail.
I have only determination.
Exactly. All right. What about you, Fernos, Relix? Nothing else? Simple.
No, no, not really.
Honestly, just probably I'd patch up my wounds a little bit and just head to the Cathedral of Bahamut and pray once more.
Yep, sounds like Vrelix. All right. So, once again shifting the scene. This time, 2 days later than this fight. So once again, Vrelix, you regain your hit points and everything. All right. Give me a sec. Okay. There. All right. Yep. So you regain your hit points. And is everyone here, or is Lily here? See, she put "be right back." There, Lily. No. The. Okay. Um, so yes, like I said, roughly 2 days after this fight, you all continue on your endeavors, right? You think continue working on your gun, Rose. You're still looking for that information I told you before, right? You're like still reading this information.
Yeah, and I'm also probably I might have shifted gears into more trying to talk to Kevin Awesome about it.
All right.
on top of doing the usual.
All right. What would you ask him?
Essentially, we need to figure out how to protect the city from dragons. Will you work with me on this? What can we do? What spells are better for it, etc.
All right. All right. If you try and consult Kevinas about this, he seems like he's already like on it. Like he hasn't just been sitting this whole time, right? He seems to be also working a lot on like the political stuff and the defense of the city. So he also seems busy with it. So he definitely acknowledge what you're saying, and he'll tell you he'll call you if she ever needs you because she will probably need you, Rose.
Perfect. That's exactly what Rose wants to hear is how she can help.
Yeah, actually, during this talk you have with him, Rose, he actually does mention, he does mention that he might be needing you guys to speak with the High Council of the Felurian capital about the Abishai because, I mean, you're the ones that have seen them, right, firsthand.
Yeah, I'd say.
So yeah, he'd notify you on that to prepare for, you know, a council with probably the emperor of the the Felurate Empire, basically.
Okay.
Hello,
Cool,
here.
lovely. Yeah, I will definitely be kind of, because I mean, I can use this pretty freely, seeing as I've been getting my spell slots back every day. But Rosemary's definitely immediately sending a sending to Crisriel that's just, hey, we probably need you back soon. We will likely have to talk to the Emperor and the High Council.
Get it back. Okay.
Yeah,
KK.
Okay.
Let's play 8 balls.
Okay. Let's play 8 ball.
Let's play. Yeah, basically. Like, oh boy. All right. All right. But okay, so before this scene, you have like this conversation, Rose, and like I said, everyone's kind of like still doing their thing, right? Actually, how about you again, Chris Riddle? Because as you've seen, some of your other party members have been up to some extreme shit, fighting each other, and tinkering with pistols and reading up forbidden lore. How are you still doing, basically, in these days?
Okay. Well, that was the very traumatic, mildly traumatic, we'll just say, questioning happened first thing on the I guess you could say second day. So my next order of business then, after a while of contemplation, would be to send a message to Kevinos to meet me at a certain tavern. And we don't have to act it out. I can tell you the essence of it was
Okay.
basically telling him about the spell idea that I have, Forbiddance, and what area would be good to ward, that sort of idea. Since he's high up in the people, you know,
Yeah.
what would be a good place to gather people to protect them?
All right. Then I think that during this conversation you have with him, he'd probably mention what he told Rose. I don't think you were here for part of that
I was in
conversation.
the bathroom.
Yeah, but he would essentially tell you that he's working on things, right? As all of you have been busy, he has also been extremely busy, especially with obviously the war, right? That he's been, doing politics and preparing the defense basically of the city and of the people. I'd say that he actually mentioned that there's soldiers of the empire that are already like traveling through the like nearby like towns basically. So basically like Inwold and like Gillimore uh to evacuate the people there
Mm-hmm.
because obviously they fear that as the Abishai pass through those lands, they might pillage the towns, right, and destroy them. So, so yeah, that he tells you about this whole thing, and he says he thinks perhaps the best place to ward the people will obviously be the upper district, right, up there. I mean, they can still fly, but still be uh, above, right? They will not be. They will not be very easily found if you get what I mean, right? By the Avishai as they attack. Uh, However, he mentions that it might be difficult. It is complicated that the council might approve of this because they will obviously not want, well, the people from the lower district in the upper district, right?
That was my first thought. That was actually going to be my follow-up question: is if the lower district people would be allowed. So
So, so Kevin has just mentioned that there is definitely resistance against, this. However, Kevin also seems eager to see whatever the emperor will say about this, because after all, the emperor's word is the emperor's word, right?
I will tell him that basically a part of the spell is that if I cast it at the same place for 30 days in a row, wink wink, it lasts until something happens. Basically, it's permanent. So, if we can go ahead and pick a location, I can start setting this up to be permanent in case something were to happen.
Right. And as you speak, he seems like he thinks, and he says he can't really give you an answer right now because he doesn't want to tell you something and then have the council decide something else, right? So so I think he tell you to wait for him at least like 2-3 days, uh to see if you can figure it out, and see if during this time you also get a chance to speak with the council, you and your companions.
Okay. All right.
All right.
That
Yep.
is fine with Graysrail. So what I
Alrighty.
would like to do then after that is, because again, this still just day 2. I've not been as busy as all my other friends.
Yeah.
I'd like to
Yep.
go locate the spell component for Forbiddance.
Okay.
It's expensive.
All right. Yeah, you were doing that.
So that might take a
Uh,
minute, because that's expensive, but I'll be hitting up every jewelry and spell shop in the fucking upper district.
the upper district is what you would have to look for those expensive items. Yeah, I would say that after spending a few hours in the upper district, you would be able to find the components at their listed price. So still 1,000 gold. You have that kind of money, right? I think.
Yes, I do, thankfully, in Nell's bag of holding.
Okay. All right. So if you want to spend the money at the listed price of these items, these components, and add them to your inventory.
Okay. Secondary question. This one is directed at the party. Yes, this is a meta, but this is also, I'm either about to spend a lot of money or just a lot of money. Currently, I have 3,000 gold. We're about to knock that down to 2,000. Now, you may have all be familiar with the famous spell, A Hero's Feast. If you aren't, it makes all creatures who take part in it immune to poison disease. Excuse me. It cures them of all disease and poison, makes them immune to poison and being frightened, makes all wisdom saving throws with advantage. Your hit point maximum also increases by 2d10. You last for 24 hours. Would the party be interested in that? The catch is a gem encrusted bowl worth at least 1,000 gold, which the spell consumes.
How
I
much?
want my gun to be upgraded.
Okay, I
I want
have
to.
3,888 gold.
I kind of also want to be able to use some of it for making spell scroll. I have some, but I'm not sure how much.
I mean, I can give
How
you
much
1,000.
are Electrum worth again?
Electrum is worth half a gold.
Thanks.
I can give you like 1,000 rows, and I can give you 800 sing. Will that cover you for the 30 days?
Maybe.
But that's going to deplete the bank. But again, it's a really good
Yeah.
spell.
Yeah.
Considering we'll be fighting dragons, it basically removes the complete danger of green dragons, except for their faces, which we hope that other people will deal with that. We won't be subject to their frightening presence, and we all have advantage on wisdom saving throws.
Maybe.
Yes or
Hope you're
no?
ready for an ancient dragon.
Fuck.
I'm kidding.
What are you though?
Or maybe not. Maybe. Remember, you'll also gain a few levels during this time. I think I mentioned that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I will hold off in the meantime on buying that. I will just spend the 1,000 for the spell component for Forbiddance, because that one isn't consumed. You just pay it once and it's good. So,
That sounds
1
better.
for Forbiddance component minus 1,000 gold. Money. And after I'm done hemorrhaging that, I think Chris Riel would also like to purchase for just wearing around the city for now, a set of like sleeved gloves and a veil.
Okay. How are you feeling about your faith?
It's one of those things I think Chris Riel is at. She has a lot of questions. She's definitely not as confident as she was, but this is clearly an instance where there is a bad and a good. And she is going to stay the path until this threat is over, at least. You know, the whole enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Mm.
So, when she has her veil and her gloves on, which I assume, like, what? That's like, what? 10 silver?
Yep.
Okay. 10 silver. She will spend these days separated from her companions in the Church of Bahamut.
Okay, so she will like basically keep separated from the rest of the party.
For this first little bit.
Okay.
For this time where, the party was, Sing was working on her gun, Ellie was doing, reading those books. This is what she's doing with that time.
Okay. Because with Ferenos, I think it could be a moment for everyone to gather up together. Because and it's your choice. You let me know, Crystal, if you think you'd join, because be like this would be like 5 days after you arrive. All right, it's already been like 5 days. So let me write it down here.
Chris Real still, meanwhile, on still day one. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's like I've been in my room working on my gun. Okay, I went shopping.
Spent all of our funds in 5 days.
It's a funny story, guys. I spent all our money.
I totally didn't go gambling. Don't worry.
Now,
I didn't.
yeah.
I didn't bet on Raelix to win. Totally.
Oh yeah. But here's the thing. So it's been 5 days. So saying now you know that you didn't manage to pull your gun mod off.
Fuck! Yeah.
Yeah, at this point you're kind of like, damn, fuck, like I'm not getting
Wasted
this
my
right
time
with.
and my money.
Yeah, yeah. At least for that 100 gold in that 5 days of working for hours, in your room and in the lobby, like moving your workshop everywhere. Uh, you haven't, been able to pull it off. Do you think that maybe actually going to like a blacksmith or stuff like that and asking for help at their workshop might actually, you know, maybe even the odds, if you get what I mean? Uh,
I don't like people touching my guns.
I mean,
But I might
I
have to.
wouldn't. I was talking more of like renting
The
part of
space.
like their workshop. Yeah, you'd probably have to pay them for that because that's also their work. But if you'd go to like a blacksmith, because there are no gunsmiths,
Obviously.
as you know. Yeah, there are no
Hey,
gunsmiths.
no, there is a gunsmith, but it's just only me.
There were gunsmiths in the Citadel, not here. In Sigil too, there were gunsmiths, but you know what I mean. So yeah, you'd probably have to go like a blacksmith and see if you could work with the tools there. Probably make it a lot easier for you.
Yeah, I look into
Um,
that.
yep. But like I was saying, you guys decide if you'd want to come along. But it seems Ferenos has also been up to a few things, right? So as you know, Ferenos, you said you were looking for information about Cassandra, right?
Yes.
As well as trying to gather funds, right, and money in these trying times for Miss Margaret's orphanage in the lower district, right?
Yep. Yep.
So, I know you had your conversation with Kevinas that first day. You learned a little bit about Cassandra, right? You had your paperwork done by the secretary, right? So you're now like an official member of like the guild. And now you can put yourself in danger and stay at the tower, basically. No problem, no legal problem. And I believe Kevin has told you, right, that he'd had the books she thinks Sandra was reading. Looked for you, basically, right? That he'd had them looked at and brought to you.
Yep.
So, I will say that during this time, like where the rest of the guys were reading and doing their thing, ritual fighting and whatnot. I'd say that around the third day, you did get the books. All right, probably you were hanging in your dormitory, probably still early when. Let me check actually. Check when probably. Uh, wait. Yeah, when probably you'd see a half orc woman that would have knocked on your door